It's a call to order to the City Council meeting of Monday, June 16, 2025. The invocation tonight was going to be prepared or provided by Pastor Wayne Andersma, and I'm going to do that in his place. So if you're able and willing to stand, please do so, and we'll do the pledge after that. Dear God, we thank you for this opportunity to gather again as your leaders in this city that we love so much. We pray, God, that the presentations that are made tonight and the votes that are taken will be honoring to you. We thank you, Lord, for those in our public safety department and those who are in places of need right now, whether it be health, other areas like that, and we just lift them up. And we do pray, God, for your blessing on this meeting. In Christ's name, amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Let's do the roll call.
Councilmember Arnoyes.
Here.
Breathauer.
Here.
DeKreiger.
Here.
Hill. Here. Postma.
Here.
Hostler. Here. Mayor.
Here. Approval of the minutes from the June 2, 2025 regular meeting. You received those via email correspondence, and unless there's a reason to revisit those will be approved as presented. Those are approved. Approval of agenda for tonight. Mr. Shea, anything to add?
Nope.
Okay, need approval of the agenda. Motion from Marissa and support by Rob Postman. Call the roll.
Councilmember Hostler.
Yes.
Postma.
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
DeKreiger.
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Mayor.
Yes. We have no public hearings tonight. We have no, well, I guess it shouldn't get so quick here. Public comment on agenda items. Public comment period is reserved for comment on agenda items only. If you wish to speak about an item that is not on the agenda, please wait until the end of the meeting when we acknowledge visitors. It's important to note this is not an opportunity for dialogue or debate. This is an opportunity to provide comment to the City Council. Upon approaching the podium, please begin by providing your name and address. There's a 3-minute limit per person. Anybody tonight would like to speak to an agenda item? Okay, seeing none. We have no presentations or proclamations tonight. We have no petitions or communications tonight. We have no reports from city officers tonight. Let's move to budget amendments, and we're going to take A, B, C, and D together tonight, please.
I'll summarize that. Budget amendments 44 through 47 are all appropriating additional budgetary authority for various purposes. In addition, budget amendment 46 is recognizing investment revenue, and budget amendment 47 is recognizing an associated transfer from the water fund.
Great. Motion, please. Motion by DeKreiger, support by Breathauer. Explain anything about these? I mean, pretty routine thing we do, but maybe just a little highlight. Or...
Sure. The first one, we estimate how much facility staff will work in the various different departments, and we underestimated for court and city hall. That means they worked less in other areas, so we're just moving money around to reflect where they actually worked. The next one is the electric rates for our street lighting have increased, so we are going to be increasing our budget for that. Number 46 is just transferring the interest on our unspent bond funds over to the sewer construction fund for our blower project, which is what we intended to do all along. And then the last one is just transferring funds from the water fund to the bond and interest fund, and we use the water bond and interest fund to pay off our bonds. So that's the accounting requirements require us to do that.
Okay. Any questions for John or our treasurer who's not here? Okay, seeing none, let's call the roll.
Councilmember DeKreiger.
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Postma.
Yes.
Hostler.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. A motion for the consent agenda, please. Motion by Arnoyes, support by DeKreiger. Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Arnoyes.
Yes.
DeKreiger.
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
Hill. Yes. Postma.
Yes.
Hostler.
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Resolution A, please.
Resolution A is to approve revisions to the Wyoming Rehabilitation Manual.
Motion, please. Motion by Postma, supported by DeKreiger. We talked about, we had a presentation on this,
This
did
was
we
at the
not?
May work session where we went through this
Yes.
in detail about changes to some of our loan programs for renovation to houses, as well as some of our updates to our underwriting standards.
I do remember that, so. Any questions on it? Let's call the roll.
Councilmember Postma,
Yes.
DeKreiger,
Yes.
Arnoy,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. B, please.
Resolution B is to approve 2025-2026 City Manager Incentive Bonus Criteria.
Motion, please. Motion by Postma, support by Arnoyes. Any questions for me? I don't want to have questions for John, but I think you all know, we've seen this, we've worked on it for months, and I've had a chance to look it over, so. Call the roll.
Councilmember Postma,
Yes.
Arnoyes,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
DeKreiger,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Award of bids, contracts, purchases, and renewal of bids and contracts. We're going to take A, B, C, D, E, and F all together as one motion, please.
Resolutions A through F authorize the mayor and city clerk to execute a contract with Legal Aid of Western Michigan, the Hispanic Center of Western Michigan, Home Repair Services of Kent County, the Heart of West Michigan United Way, the Fair Housing Center of West Michigan, and Family Promise of West Michigan.
Motion, please. Motion by Postler, support by Brethauer. These are all recipients of awards from our block grant.
Yep, these are our, yeah, exactly. So these are the contracts with the various subrecipients that we use our community development block grant funding for. And in the packet, it lays out how we would, what services each of those subrecipients would provide.
We do this every year,
Yes.
about this time of the year. Distribute those funds. Let's call the roll.
Councilmember Postler,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Arnoyes,
Yes.
DeKreiger,
Yes.
Hill,
No.
Postma,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Let's take letter G, please, by itself.
Resolution G is to authorize the city manager and city clerk to execute an agreement with the Michigan Department of Transportation for the resurfacing of Burlingame Avenue from 36th Street to 52nd Street.
Motion, please. Motion by DeKreiger, support by Postma. John?
So we've received federal funding to resurface Burlingame between 36th and 52nd Street. It would occur either late summer, early fall. It's about a $2.4 million project, and our share would be just under $700,000. So the feds are paying the majority of this project.
Feds and local, no state on that one.
Correct. It's administered through MDOT, but
Yeah,
it's-
yeah.
the money originates at the federal level.
Okay. Questions?
Can you make it quick?
Oh,
We'll go as fast as we can.
that's a very good question, Sheldon.
I'm just three governments involved, Sheldon.
It's a road I travel every day.
Our part of it quick though, Yeah. right?
So today I was coming to City Hall. I met a couple of people beforehand and I headed north on Clydeburg like I always do. And before 44th, it was already backed up almost to Plumbers. And I couldn't see what was happening. So I did a U-E, turned around. Sorry, Tim. Cap post.
There's turnarounds there.
Oh, there was. I think I did do a
There's always
turnaround.
Yeah, there's
Went back,
turnarounds.
came down Burlingame, and before I got to 44th, it was backed up on the road.
I don't know what was going on. Was it 131
Both streets.
backed up? It was.
Nobody's above the law here, Mr. Mayor.
I know. See back there?
Yes, he is.
I can't see him behind the screen. Okay, let's vote on that then.
Councilmember DeKreiger,
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Arnoyes,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, let's do H and I together.
Resolution H is to accept a proposal for pump repair and motor reconditioning, and Resolution I is to concur with the emergency repair of a transmission pipeline leak.
Motion, please. Motion by Postler, support by DeKreiger.
So the first one is to recondition the pump and motor to one of our 6 low service pumps that pump raw water up to the water plant. And that would be about $120,000. And then the second one is our 42-inch transmission main was leaking. As it turned out, it actually was a valve attached to that 42-inch transmission main, and it was in a very difficult place that was hard to get to. I think they had to set up road mats, and it was right by the Macatawa River, so we had to do a significant amount of dewatering to fix a very noticeable leak. So that happened, I think, in late April, early May.
Now, is this the same transmission line that we had a leak on several years ago? Different location though?
Yes. The prior leaks were closer to the drinking water plant. This was in the area between 56th and 60th, north of Chicago Drive.
Or? Okay. Is that a good indication that perhaps that transmission line might be, we might have more of those as it ages? Are there other points where it might be weak?
It could. This coming fiscal year, we actually have money budgeted to do some pretty significant inspections on that line, and then also over the next 2 years or so, investigate the 54 as well. So we're going to use some pretty cool radar and some laser sounding technology, some sound wave technology, and hopefully we don't find anything, but we're going to be looking at that over the next couple of years.
All right. Good. Thank you. Any other questions for Aaron or John? Let's call the roll.
Councilmember Postler,
Yes.
DeKreiger,
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Breathauer,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Let's do letter J, please.
Resolution J is for the purchase of laboratory testing supplies.
Motion by Breathauer, support by Arnoyes. What are we testing?
This is just to purchase testing tubes and bottles for our lab at our wastewater treatment plant.
It's exciting stuff. Need to do it, right?
Yep.
Let's call the roll.
Councilmember Breathauer,
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
DeKreiger,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Postler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Let's do letter K, please.
Resolution carries to authorize payment to Grand Elk Railroad, Inc. for annual maintenance of traffic control devices at railroad crossings in the city of Wyoming.
Motion. Krieger, support by Postler.
So this is something that the council sees every year. State law requires the cities to maintain these railroad crossings. We have 10 of them. And the cost last year for the railroad company to maintain those 10 crossings was just over $28,000.
Is that pretty consistent annually? What we're,
I remember it was in the 20s. I don't remember the exact amount, but it was a similar amount last year. I think they're going off a fee schedule going back to 2022. So I think the cost has been very consistent the last few years.
okay. Let's call the roll.
Councilmember DeKreiger,
Yes.
Postler,
Yes.
Arnoyes.
Yes.
Breathauer,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Let's do letter L, please.
Resolution L is to accept a proposal for water sewer mitigation services and claim facilitation.
Motion. By D. Krieger, support by, I saw 3 hands. I'll take the middle one. By Kyle Breathauer. Y'all kind of went up at the same time.
So this is renewing a contract with Paul Davis Restoration. They do our mitigation whenever we have water or especially sewer backups. They're called in to clean up and restore the resident's basement, usually if what it is. And they'll also, they've worked really well with the people in situations where it's a pretty emotional time when you have raw sewage in someone's basement, and they've done a really good job for that. And they'll also begin to handle some of those claims, because there's claims for not only the cleanup or loss of contents and potentially any structural damage. So obviously, we expect to spend about $150,000 a year, but it does depend on the number of backups that we have, water and sewer backups.
So when does that kick in? When do we pay this group to come in and do that versus private residents who, let's say, I know someone who went on vacation, they came back, their basement was flooded. They worked with their insurance company. They called over a company to clean it, and they're still fighting with their insurance company over the settlement of it, but when would how would that be different?
Many call, and Aaron can correct me if I'm wrong, many will call the city directly, and then we have Paul Davis go and do that cleanup work right away.
Okay.
Correct. If the resident wants to use it, their own or different company, they have the opportunity and ability to do that.
Okay.
Does it depend upon whether it's sewage or water or, no, it doesn't.
And then what if if their insurance ends up then taking care of it, then?
Then we reimburse them less. We essentially, there's all sorts of nuances to it. But in that instance, then we would reimburse, for instance, their insurance deductible.
Okay. That's what I was kind of wondering, because.
Because there's lots of homes by us who get flooded in the springtime.
Yeah.
And
I've-
because of the river, but.
Yeah.
And this is more like the sewer line will back up, or a water pipe breaks, that type of.
Okay,
that
so
type of
not
thing.
from rain floods from the creek overflowing.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Or a
Okay.
crack in the basement wall or the
Right.
structure, and all that.
Thank you for the clarification. So I don't want to mislead anybody. So
Let's call the roll. then.
Councilmember DeKreiger,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Harnois,
Yes.
Hill,
yes,
Postma,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, let's do M.
Resolution M is to accept a proposal for Employee Assistance Program services.
Motion. Geiger, support by Arnoyes.
This is just renewing our agreement with Pine Rest for part of our employee assistance program. And there's no change to the cost. We'd expect to spend about $8,500 per year on this.
Okay. That's minimal. And again, because we are self-insured, most of the individuals that would benefit from it are not running it through like medical insurance.
Right. This is, again, Pine Rest doesn't provide medical
No, I mean,
cover. I mean, they provide counseling and
yeah,
crisis counseling, that type of thing. And
Yeah.
the city, this is part of the issue of attracting and retaining employees, pays for that service if the employee needs that
Yeah.
service.
okay, I understand that. Any questions? Let's call the roll.
Councilmember DeKreiger,
Yes.
Harnois,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Hill,
yes,
Postma,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, let's do N, O, and P together, please.
Resolutions N, O, and P are to accept quotes for Panorama Reef Sharky antennas, Cradle Point routers, and Microsoft SQL server licenses.
Brethauer makes a motion, and DeKreiger supports it.
So the first two are purchasing routers and antennas that would help connect the computers that are in our police and fire vehicles to the internet. And the third one is renewing our server licenses through Microsoft. I think we have 19 different servers that support many different applications.
Questions? Call the roll.
Councilmember Brethauer,
Yes.
DeKreiger,
Yes.
Harnois,
Yes.
Hill,
yes,
Postma,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Letter Q, please.
Resolution Q is to accept a proposal for the police break room renovation projects.
All right, motion by Postma, support by Postler. I think we were aware of this a while back, were we not?
It's been in the budget, and we received a couple proposals, and we're recommending acceptance of the low proposal from Vander Cody Construction to renovate the police farm break room, and then we'll have some purchase of furniture after those renovations are done.
Police department break room wants those cool chairs that we put in the fire stations. Those nice,
How about that? But
those nice laid back leather
bad.
recliners. Not that nice.
is there anything broken in the kitchen, in the break room over there?
Go ahead, Tim.
Come on up, Tim. Captain Poles.
First of all, we're very thankful for our facilities and everything that's been provided to us. The break room itself the building is 25 years old. There's tile that's cracked. The space is aging. I mean, one small example, we're encouraging officers to bring in their own lunch rather than go out to eat. And it's hard to fit all the lunches in the current refrigerator is just, one example. So it's basically updating this space.
Any other questions? Thank you. I think that's around the time that a lot of us probably update. I hate to say it, but I go through a refrigerator about every 8 years, or 9 years, and might be buying the wrong brand, but let's call the roll.
Councilmember Postma,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Arnoyes,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Krieger,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. Let's take letter R, please.
Resolution R is to accept an agreement with the Children's Assessment Center, DBA Children's Advocacy Center of Kent County.
Motion by Arnoyes, support by DeKraiger.
So this is just renewing our partnership with the Children's Advocacy Center of Kent County. They're a major partner with us investigating crimes of a sexual nature against children. They've been a real valuable partner for a number of years.
Questions? Captain Poles would be able to speak to the benefit if you have any questions, but we have been supporting them this way. Well, not supporting them, we're paying them to provide that service that we would have to otherwise ourselves, right? And not really equipped to, so. Very, very important. Probably 10 years ago, I think we took a tour through there. Some of the councilors went through. I was majorly impressed with that. So, let's call the roll.
Councilmember Arnoyes,
Yes.
DeKraiger,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, let's take letter S, please.
Resolution S is for award of bids of environmental laboratory analysis services, fire hydrant and accessories, water and wastewater treatment chemicals, and liquid polymers.
Motion. DeKraiger, support by Poston.
So we do most of our laboratory testing in-house at the wastewater plant and drinking water plant, but there are times when we have to go outside for that. And so that's what the first bid is for outside lab work if we need it. Second is to purchase fire hydrants and equipment related to fire hydrants when they break down and need to be replaced. And the third one is the purchase of chemicals and liquid polymers at both the drinking water plant and the wastewater treatment plant.
So Aaron, what is a polymer?
A polymer is, think of it like a burr, I guess. It is a compound that attracts either positive or negatively charged molecules to it, depending on its charge. So it just basically is used to have things attract to it. And what it does is it then increases the density of the specific gravity of it and allows it to settle out. Or be spun through a centrifuge like a giant wash machine and dewatered.
Wow, I feel smart now. Any other questions for Aaron? Let's call the roll.
Councilmember DeKraiger,
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Arnoyes,
Yes.
Brethauer,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. We have no ordinances. Do we have any information material, Mr. Shea? Okay. Let's go to acknowledgement of visitors. Public comment period is an opportunity to share concerns or present topics to the city council that were not part of this meeting's agenda. This is not an opportunity for dialogue. Please provide your name and address when approaching the podium. 3-minute time limit. Anyone like to address the council tonight on anything at all? Last chance. Okay. We'll move on. We'll go around the council quickly and provide any comments you'd like to make. I have a few talking points here, but let's start with Mr. Arnoyes.
I have no comments at the moment. Thank you.
Okay.
Nothing to add.
Ms. Hill?
I was wondering about those like AT&T wire housing things that are all broken all over the city and their wires are all sticking out.
We talked about that.
We've talked about it before.
Thursday.
Is there any new happenings about that?
So we're having, I believe, some interns in our engineering department inventory those to see who they belong to. We're also going to be partnering with Kentwood, Granville, and maybe the Road Commission as well, because they're experiencing some of the same issues, and seeing if we can have a sort of a united position or front against the AT&Ts and Verizons or whoever they.
Yeah, we keep saying AT&T may not
Right.
be that.
It's not
It
just,
might
We're
not
gonna
be,
get it
but
resolved.
right.
yeah, they are just all over the place.
And they're in
There's such
Kentwood also. I've noticed them there, and it's very unsightly. It's no danger, but it's unsightly. And
So we're putting an inventory together to find out who owns which ones so that we know who to contact to either fix them or get rid of them if they're not using them anymore. And we're going to try to do this jointly with our surrounding neighbors to hopefully provide a more united front for that.
Okay, do we have any timetable where that's going to be addressed?
You know, in terms of us contacting them, I think that would probably be in the next, you know, in terms of working with other municipalities, might be in the next month or so. As to how long they'll take to fix, I'd be just guessing.
Okay, yeah, they're such a mess. Talk about blight and
I
yuck.
agree. It's polite. It
Yeah.
is. Rob, anything?
Nothing.
Kyle? Marissa?
Nope.
Man, you're all quiet tonight. Tomorrow night? What's
The
tomorrow night?
Soul Syndicate.
What's tomorrow night?
The Soul Syndicate.
One of our best weeks of the summer. Soul Syndicate is one of our favorite bands. They'll be there tomorrow night, 6 o'clock. Lamar Park kicks off our summer series. Community members, there'll be free concert, food trucks. We recommend bringing water, a blanket, or a lawn chair to enjoy the show. And the full schedule for the summer is on Wyoming Parks and Recreation Facebook page. Cops and Cones, our mobile Cops and Cones event is back. The Wyoming Police Department will visit different neighborhoods every Wednesday offering country fresh ice cream. Again, visit our Facebook events page for that. And the Wyoming Record, the city has officially launched a new digital version of the Wyoming Record that will be sent to your inbox each month. The Wyoming Record will have information on community events, construction news, city service updates, city council highlights, and other helpful resident resources. To subscribe, visit the city's Facebook page. And it's not on my notes tonight, but starting in July, our second meeting of each month, we will be on the road. And is it safe to announce our first location?
Yeah, we're looking at
Yeah.
Pinery Park as our
Yeah.
first location.
So the second, it'll be the third Monday in June, but our second council meeting in July, will be hosted at Pinery Park Outdoors. So we'll get more information out on that. With that, I'd like to have a motion to go into closed session to discuss pending litigation in the Brown versus Wyoming case. Motion by DeKreuger, support by Hill. Let's call the roll, please.
Councilmember DeKreuger,
Yes.
Hill,
Yes.
Arnoyes,
Yes.
Breathauer.
Yes.
Postma,
Yes.
Hostler,
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes. So we convening upstairs?
We can just go over here.
Convene in the West Conference Room? Let's meet over there as quickly as possible.
Yes, yeah, I did. I was going to tell you.